everybody, and welcome back to Veggie Vero's Kids Corner. I'm your host, Veronica Green. I'm back here today at the Delray Beach Children's Garden, and I am feeling very grateful. We're only a few days away from Thanksgiving, and by the time you watch this, it will already be past, but I just want to say that I'm very grateful for all of you beautiful viewers and all of the children that I get to work with every week, who teach me so much and who teach me to think outside the box and stay young at heart and stay creative and always, always be imagining something new and dreaming big. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart, and happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays. Now, I have a really nice story to read you today, which is called Maybe Something Beautiful. Maybe Something Beautiful. It's actually based on a true story of how art transformed a neighborhood. So we'll hear this story, and then afterwards I'm going to show you how to make a very easy nature paintbrush. All right? So all my artists, gather round. Let's cozy up for a story time. Maybe Something Beautiful. And this was written by Isabel Campoy and Theresa Howell, and illustrated by Rafael Lopez. Everybody ready? Here we go. In the heart of a gray city, there lived a girl who loved to doodle and draw and color and paint. Every time she saw a blank piece of paper, Mira thought to herself, maybe. And because of this, her room was filled with color and her heart was filled with joy. One day on her way to school, Mira gave a drawing of a round apple to Mr. Henry, the owner of the shop down the street. She gave a drawing of a flower to Mrs. Lopez, the lady with the sparkling eyes. She gave a picture of a songbird to Mr. Sachs and a picture of a red heart to the police officer who was walking up and down the streets. On her way home, Mira taped a glowing sun picture onto the wall that was hiding in the shadows. Her city was less gray, but not much. The next day, Mira saw a man with a pocket full of paintbrushes. He gazed at the wall, and he looked at her son, and he held up his fingers in a square, and he peered through them. He said thoughtfully. What do you see? Said Mira. Maybe something beautiful, said the man. Then, just like that, he dipped his brush into the paint, and bam, pow! The shadows scurried away. Blue cut across the gloom. The man's laughter was like a rainbow shooting across the sky. Who are you? Mira asked. I'm an artist, he said, a muralist. I paint on walls. I'm an artist too, she told him. and so he handed Mira a paintbrush. "Well, come on then," he said. Mira dipped the paintbrush in the loudest color she saw. Yowie! The wall lit up like sunshine. As the man drew pictures on the bricks, Mira added color, punch, and pizzazz. Soon Mr. Sachs joined in, and then came others. Everyone painted to the rhythm: salsa, merengue, and bebop. Even Mira's mama painted, and she danced the cha-cha. The whole neighborhood came, and it became a big giant block party. Until the policeman walked up to them. "Excuse me," he said. The music stopped. Mira put down her paintbrush. Surely they were in trouble. The officer cleared his throat, and then he paused. "May I paint with you?" he asked. So Mira handed him a paintbrush, and the music started again. Teachers and papas joined in. Babies did too. Mira and the artist man handed out paintbrush after paintbrush. Color spread throughout the streets, and so did joy. Look at everyone painting, making their neighborhood more beautiful. They even started planting flowers, taking pride in their community. Wherever Mira and the man went, art followed like a string of a kite. After they colored the walls, they painted the utility boxes and the benches. They decorated sidewalks with poetry and shine. Everyone danced. Together, they created something more beautiful than they had ever imagined. When their clothes were splattered with a million colors, everyone sat down to rest, except the muralist. His eyes sparkled. "You, my friends, are all artists," he told them. "The world is your canvas." He smiled wide and pulled everything together in big, sweeping motions. His paintbrush was like a magic wand. When he was finished, Mira added one more bird way up in the sky. Maybe, she thought, just maybe. Wow, what did you guys think? Were you inspired? I know you guys are little artists out there. Do you feel like painting now? I love that story. Now, this was inspired by true events that happened in downtown San Diego, California. Kind of gives you a little background story on the last page here. And it tells you about how all of those beautiful murals that you see when you walk around now in California, you have all of these big paintings and you have quotes and poetry from Gandhi and Martin Luther King and Cesar Chavez. You have all of these written on sidewalks and benches and all over the place, just vibrant. They didn't used to be there. They were all gray and drab and run down looking. And one day, a husband and wife team, which is an artist and a graphic designer and a community leader, they moved in and began to create art in the neighborhood and transformed their dull community into something beautiful and colorful, and the whole neighborhood began to participate. So it gives a little bit more detail. You can rent this book at the library, of course. Maybe Something Beautiful. All right, everybody, are you ready to make your own nature paintbrush? Okay, so here at the garden, of course, we do a lot of art projects here and we do use a lot of paintbrushes. However, sometimes it's really fun to make our own paintbrushes out of things that we find in nature. So, of course, if you look outside anywhere you are, you're going to find sticks, right? So for this project, you got to find yourself a really good stick that can be a great paintbrush, okay? So find one that speaks to you, and then you can kind of do a little scavenger hunt around your neighborhood and see what type of leaves and foliage you can find to make the tip of your paintbrush. Now, you want to get something that's a little bit, has some texture, like maybe a little bit crispy. Definitely you don't want to use any leaves that are too soft and flimsy because then it's going to be a little bit hard to paint with those. I recommend, like, if you can find a grass. We have a lot of this thick Florida grass here. It's like, you could even use lemongrass. That would be a really delicious smelling paintbrush too. Something that is a little bit harder, that's going to give you that paintbrush effect. I also have a fern here, a piece of a fern. This has a lot of texture and it's kind of like a stiffer plant, so this would make a great paintbrush. And I also have these are called mugine. Mugine is a plant from the Bahamas. It smells so good. And I think it would work as a paintbrush too. So basically all you do is attach the leaves that you found to the stick using tape. That's it. It's super easy. So I have some Scotch tape here. And of course you can use like a colorful decorative tape if you want as well. And I'm going to just break off a piece. And I'm going to fold this grass in half. And I'm going to attach the grass to the stick using the tape. You don't want to attach it too close to the tip of the stick because it'll just, it could fall off more easily if you do that. So you want to kind of attach it, you know, a little bit, give it some room so it's more sturdy. And then you could even attach multiple types. So I'm going to take the mugine and add it to the other side. Another piece of tape. And here in Florida, we have so many different types of beautiful plants. And depending on where you're located, you know, your paintbrush, everybody's paintbrush will be so unique and so different because we all have different types of plants around us. So really look around outside, look around your neighborhood or maybe a local park and just take a small clipping. See what you can find. And it's as easy as that. Of course, it can substitute as a magic wand. But so if you have some paints and paper, the fun part is after you make the paintbrush, really dip it inside the paint and splatter it onto the paper and brush it and see what type of cool textures and patterns you can make with your nature paintbrush. And you can make a whole bunch of these. And actually, I've done this in the past here at the garden, and after everybody is finished with their paintbrushes, all of these really beautiful paintbrushes are like covered and speckled in different colors of paint. And they actually look like a piece of art on their own. So you can put them in a vase, right? In like a glass vase, and just let a bunch of these nature paintbrushes that are like splattered with paint just sit in a glass vase, and it will look beautiful. It will look like a piece of artwork. So here, let me do the other one with the fern. And if you guys are able to send some pictures, I would love for you to comment on this video with a picture of your nature paintbrush. I'd love to see what you made. This one will make a very cool paintbrush. All right, guys. Super easy, and this is stuff you can do at home. You don't have to go buy any supplies. Just find your materials outside and grab some tape. Of course, you could even, if you really wanted to keep it 100% natural and not use any tape, you could even tie the plants onto the stick using using a piece of twine, or using an actual long grassy leaf that you can kind of twine into rope. You can make your own rope. That's getting really, really nature crafty. But there you go, your own nature paintbrush. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for listening to the story. It's been a lot of fun. And once again, happy holidays to all of you. I hope you're all staying safe out there, and come and see me at the garden. We are still open throughout the holiday season, every Saturday and Sunday at the Delray Beach Children's Garden from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. All right. Have a great day, guys. Bye.